Hello, welcome back to another Gustavio Plays video. Today, I'm currently at 131 blocks. This is the highest point in my server. And so, what I want to do today... Oops. Alright, there we go. First try, obviously. So, what I've done is I thought, well, don't you think Minecraft rivers are just really bad? They're all at the same Y level, and, they're just plain boring. So, what I've done today, well, a couple days ago, over the last couple days, is I created realistic looking rivers. And these weren't hard. These were hard because, Minecraft wasn't generated to go all downhill. And I decided I couldn't have too many inland seas, so I had to figure out something. And this is what I figured out. So, I have seen the little streams going in here, and the river splits right here going down. And this half keeps on getting bigger and bigger because it's joining up with more and more rivers. And goes into this large pond. And then keeps on going down. And joins up and eventually goes into this artificial cove that I made, and I might start a city there. And then over here, on the other half where it's split, it goes into this other pond and then down. And by here it's a pretty big river and goes over to the same place. So the way I did this is I had some blue glazed terracotta where I built where I wanted the river to go, and then I used world edit / replace near to get it so that to turn it into water, but I also had to use a lot of barrier blocks because all of the water would be turned to ice because it's above the snow level and it's in the mountains. So then this one goes down here and gains some more. Oh, actually I might save this one for later because that's the longest one. So I didn't show much of it. And then over here, this one just kind of joins up with this. And you see, this is what I mean. I had to put it through, make an artificial cave for it to go through, because there was nowhere down here I could put it, and it wasn't big enough to put an inland sea. And then let me just go over here. So yeah, I think the Caves and Cliffs update should really add this. And then, so here's another lake, and all these different rivers feed into it, and it slowly goes downhill, getting larger and larger, till it gets to here, where it goes through another one of those tunnels, and then into here, with a cool waterfall, and another cool waterfall, and then the two rivers join up and become this really big river, and go kind of under here, and then they have to go into another cave. And then they join up at the river. But, like, look at this river. This is what rivers look like now. See, this is supposed to be a continuous river. It's not. Like, I don't get it. Why did they make that? And then, so this river actually continues for a ways because I made canals all the way up to this point. But there's nothing else. And so if they added this to Minecraft, I don't think they would have it quite this many streams and that, because it changes the landscape a little bit too much. So a couple ideas I'd gone through was, I was thinking I could have it go through out here, and it's only a couple blocks up. So you'd think, well, it wouldn't be that big of a lake. But no. It would have to, this entire area was covered. I even ended up figuring out I could have it be like 1 block less if it went over here. And I built this little wall thing to hold it back a little bit because it kind of went down the little mini cave. And then just Minecraft physics, like, water's infinite, which I kind of like for building streams like that. But just, like, floating blocks. Gravity. Like, I get that there can't always be gravity because they would have to do a lot of coding of, like, how many blocks wide does it have to be before it can fall down, but still, it shouldn't be able to generate, like, with random blocks floating in the sky. I mean, I have been to Kansas. I know they have random islands floating in the sky all over the place. No offense to Kansas. That was meant as a joke. But, like, I don't... Why did... When Notch was creating Minecraft, did he think we need to have floating blocks all over the place? No. So I'm confused as to why there's sand. Oh, I know why there was sand there. So, as a part of this, I thought it'd be cool if there's this big waterfall where all the rivers join up. And then it leads to this, an underwater sea. I know it's not the most realistic, but I thought it was pretty good. Because I want it to be deep enough that I could put some ships, but not so deep that it was all the way down here and it looked really weird when it went through this narrow opening. And also, I'm really excited the mountains are going to become taller because this mountain is the tallest one I can find, and it's only 131 blocks. Like, I found one here. Uh-oh, lag. Here, these, they don't even have snow on them, and, like, they're insanely tall. This one is the tallest one I know. It's 154 blocks. I did another cool stream thing. This one was actually the first one I ever made. And where they went down in a couple waterfalls. And this is actually one of my favorite biomes, because it's just kind of neat and quirky, because they're just giant islands randomly. Oh, sorry, chicken. No, I'm just kidding. So this one, I thought at the time I made this, I was thinking, this isn't that high of a mountain. Oops. I forgot about... Anyways, so this one's at 130 blocks. This waterfall is 1 block shorter than the tallest mountain in the main server area. Like, it goes all the way down here. For granted, I did make this. Yeah, but that's why it's so tall. But still, the fact that these don't have a single bit of snow on them, and it goes to 154 blocks, that's just crazy. So this is the main spawn area. I think I've shown this in previous videos. There's random stuff everywhere. And so this map is what shows the main spawn area. And so here's where all those little rivers were. And then this is the big river with all the canals on it that connects all the way around. And actually leads out kind of near where the cove is. And so, right about here on the map would be that place where the waterfalls were, so it wasn't quite there yet. But to think, all of this, and it only goes up to 131 blocks? That's just weird. And also, I feel that some changes that should be made, not just adding new water and rivers and that sort of thing, but also even just making mountains more continuous. Like, I like the whole small aspect thing of it, but when you put it out on a big map, you realize that these big plateaus are really not that big. It just goes about that big, and that's the biggest one. There's this one, that's it. It's just that big. It doesn't make sense how mountains can be so small. And also, I feel like size should really account for height, because look at how big this one mountain is. And then look at how this one's like the tallest one. And then you look this one. This is probably the widest mountain in the entire server. It's not even close to as tall as this one. And by not even close, I mean it's only a couple blocks off. But that's not even close, saying that it's not very peaky. Like, I mean, by peaky, it doesn't have... It just kind of flattens out on the top. And here's a big aqueduct I built. Yeah, like, look how wide this river is right here. And just to imagine that it gets completely buried in other places. Also, this is on the 1.17 update, which is really cool and has amethyst and stuff. That's pretty epic. So that's why I can't do /speed, because World Edit's broken, because it's not on the right update. Oh, yeah, so this is like the tallest mountain. Pretty tall. It's 125 blocks. But I decided to make a custom mountain one day. Not very high quality custom mountain, but, you know, not too bad for a project made by me. And this one, I thought, wow, this is the tallest thing in the world. It's only 180. Like, there's a mountain 154 blocks. It's not even snow-capped. I don't get Minecraft logic sometimes. Or why there's random TNT. Although, what I am to think about doing next, for my next video, is I once went on a quest to find a village. And you know what? It turned into a pretty great story. So I'm going to do that next. So, I better get recording on that. So, Gustavio out.